Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm heading out to my rock wall to do a little planting for fall. Alright, so walking out. My goal for this area is to have lots of different plants that kind of bloom at different times of the year. So I have several different kind of ground covers here, over here that bloom in the spring, and then of course we have our salvia here, which are summer bloomers, and you can tell they're kind of about done. I'll be cutting those down shortly. And then of course we have our summer annuals that I popped in, which are also about done. Our poor Supertunia Vista bubblegums. These two especially here, you can tell have been wind whipped. You can kind of see the direction the wind comes from. It's a little breezy today, and most of the flowers are on kind of the left-hand side. We still have a little time for those, and I think I can kind of revive them a little bit. I'm going to give them my last dose of plant food and hopefully just give them one more quick boost before a hard frost comes in and kind of caps their season. But we have all sorts. We have our daylilies. We have this really pretty lamb's ear that just is thriving out here. It's probably my favorite plant on the rock wall. But I figure I need some fall blooming perennials. So I went and got just a few mums just to kind of try it out. I've never actually planted mums in the ground before. I've only ever gotten them for like a porch container or, you know, things like that that you end up just kind of tossing. But we just went to Lowe's and picked up just a few mums to kind of pop in here and there on the rock wall. You can see I got kind of these red mums. They're still pretty budded, haven't opened up yet. And then of course I got these kind of orangey ones. I love this orangey color. It's very autumn to me. I love the bright pops of the white. And then of course the bright yellow. I just think that looks so pretty together. I debated getting a purple, but I figure since these will kind of overlap, we do have the purple salvia, and next year I'm thinking I might do some like dark purple out here, and then once these are planted and bloom again, we'll kind of have the purple covered. So with mums, you can either get garden mums, which these are, which are a little hardier, or you can get like a florist mum. But as you can see here, these mums are hardy down to -20 degrees Fahrenheit. So those should work just fine here in my zone 7A garden. I should also mention that my burning bushes are starting to turn red, which is really pretty. So this one right here, just the top is turning, but I have several around my yard and they're all just kind of on the same pace. Really pretty. All right, so I'm gonna get started. This is my favorite part. I'm gonna start with the mums and just kind of play around with the arrangement and just kind of see what looks good where. This wall is a little tricky to plant, as you can probably imagine, because these big boulders go higher than they appear. So we have just these little nooks and crevices to kind of plant in. So we end up having plants kind of right on top of each other, which is just kind of what it's going to be. But I think we have it just about right. We found little spots for them, and of course I do want to leave some room for annual plants for next year. I want to do some kind of higher up. So I think we might go ahead and just start kind of placing some pumpkins just around the base, just to give us a nice pumpkin vibe. Lou, you ready? Yeah? Yeah. All right, we had to grab some supplies, so I got my drill so I can use my little bulb auger. Got a rake because we have some pine needle debris from our recent windstorm. Lou has her drill. She's ready. All right, should we go place the pumpkins? Yeah. Yes. So when placing pumpkins, you can put down like cardboard or something to kind of create a barrier between the pumpkin and the soil, just to kind of help it not rot quite as quickly. But you know, I really don't mind that, and I don't have a whole lot of issues with that. These pumpkins, once I'm through with them, are going to go to our chickens, so I think they'll be just fine. And I also think that depends kind of on your location, humidity, things like that. All right, so what I'm doing, because there's such limited space in all of these little gaps between the boulders, I have some potting soil that I'm bringing in just to kind of add in more, because once you start kind of digging in here, oh, hello. Once you start getting in here, I mean, the boulder is like right there. So I'm gonna bring in some soil and kind of bulk it up. And then I think I'm going to amend with some of this. It's rose and flower fertilizer. This is just what I had on hand. I kind of went through all of my other stuff this summer. And when I went back for fertilizer, this is just what I had. So I'll amend with that, kind of mix it in, and then get everything planted as best I can. All right, I'm gonna start planting, and then I'll finish placing the last few little pumpkins.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
All right, I got everything planted, the last little pumpkins placed, got everything watered in, kind of cleaned up the edges a little bit. So let's take a look at how it turned out. So I tried to balance out with a little white one here, little orange there. We've got an orange pumpkin there. Let's see, we have the red here, little orange pumpkin that kind of nestled right back behind it. Pumpkin, pumpkin. I did the bright yellow kind of out in front. And then let's see, okay, orange right up here. And then the last little white one right over here in the corner. So I kind of tried to spread them out. Again, I'm really trying to create a multi-season garden bed here. And let me tell you, this was pretty difficult. Like I said, once you get in there and start digging, you really don't have a lot of room to work with. So things ended up basically planted right on top of each other. I'm kind of cracking up at it. It was just hilarious because I'd have an idea of where I wanted something to go, and then once I started digging, it just wasn't working, so I just had to make do. And you know what? If this garden area is kind of crowded and kind of cottagey, you know, where everything's kind of mashed together, grows in, everything touches, that's okay. A busy, kind of abundant display I think would be really fun out here. I can always tone down the amount of summer annuals I use. I don't have to use them up in here if I don't have space. But you know what? I have a feeling I'll be able to find space. For the mums, I forgot to give you a rundown on kind of their size. So these can grow to about 12 to 24 inches high and then 16 to 30 inches wide, depending on how much space they have. So these could end up kind of staying on the smaller side, which is fine. Or I don't know, they could be like our lamb's ear and decide to grow huge. Things out here on this rock wall, it's kind of funny because some things do really, really well and love it out here, and some things don't. For example, this little Veronica has been that size for about 3 years, since before we moved in. It's never really grown. It doesn't turn yellow, it doesn't die, but it just kind of stays compact, stays that size. Kind of funny. Okay, and in case you're wondering what this is, that's actually some wire access for like a light pole if we want to put in some sort of a light feature. We keep trying to kind of decide what we want, then we lose focus, get distracted, forget about it, and it continues to look like this. So probably something kind of black. I don't know, let me know if you have any cool ideas. All right, and I just couldn't resist adding a few pumpkins just because it is fall and pulling into our driveway, it just makes it look a little more festive. So now we have our rock wall with the mums, and of course last week we did our front porch. Front porch is still looking really pretty. I'm happy with how it turned out. The purple fountain grasses were a really fun touch. This one, remember, I just set that in there with no soil, and it's definitely dried. You can hear it, which I knew it would. It hasn't changed color much, but even if it does, I think that's okay. It really kind of looks fallish to me. So I love having the rock wall then leads right up to our fall front porch. Very festive, really fun. Well, I hope you enjoyed following along with this project. Nothing crazy, just a few fall touches to create a multi-season garden space right when we pull into our driveway. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.